Hey guys, Lincoln Parks here, and today's podcast was brought to you by We Are Henry. We Are Henry is one of our sponsors. If you have not been or seen We Are Henry magazine, beautiful magazine. You can look at it, flip through the pages, look local stories that are happening right here in Henry County. All you have to do, visit wearehenry.com, our local magazine. We've partnered with We Are Henry. So if you go to wearehenry.com and then click on the advertising button at the top, which is wearehenry.com, We Are Henry, my local. If you go click on that link, you'll see all the advertising plans that we have partnered together. You get a banner, you get in the digital newsletter. You are on both the websites for My Local Henry and We Are Henry. I'm telling you, it's a great partnership, great community partner. We Are Henry, and I know you see these magazines all around. Check out our partner, wearehenry.com. Now, let's get back to the program. Hey guys, I want to welcome you to the I'm Local podcast. Today, I'm so excited to have the opportunity to speak with Patrick McHugh, 15th Street Pizza. Patrick, welcome to the podcast.
The pleasure's all mine. I'm glad to sit down and talk. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, first of all, I just want to say, thank you, man. For being a small business in this community. I know being a small business is not easy. I know there's ups and downs and, everything that's happening with small businesses, especially in this climate, as people are moving in. But, something I wanted to share with you, Mickey Turpin and I, We Are Henry, we kind of, we said, look, we've known each other for so long in the community. We want to come together. And so thank you for being a supporter of Mickey, in the restaurant, and myself, with we've gone way back. So, so thank you. But I want to ask you though, for people that are like moving into Henry County, they don't know anything about 15th Street Pizza. Give us the history, of how this all got started.
So back in 2003, my wife had just graduated from college. I was working with Marriott in the area. Just graduated from Florida State myself.
Yeah.
And she started working at this place called 14th Street Pizza because they wanted to be flexible with their interviews and all that. Well, November 11th of 2003, I lost my job with Marriott. I was laid off due to 9/11 didn't help the restaurant industry, as you can imagine. Yeah. So no hard feelings to Marriott, but I was let go on November 11th. She said that night, she's like, well, I need a cook tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you're going to come in and I'm going to train you to be a cook. That was just November 12th of 2003. And by January 1st of 2004, we took the keys over.
Wow.
And it was ours.
Wow.
And we just changed the name to 15th Street Pizza and Pub.
Wow.
And 20 years later, now here we are.
Here you are.
So I'm the epitome of like one door opens, closes, another one opens. It really is.
Look, I love to hear that because, we always talk about, what's next, like what's going to happen, and you don't know what's going to happen, but God just closes one door and then another one opens up for you.
But I also do think that that's a big reason that I'm able to survive in this restaurant industry because there is a plan that I might know. Like you said, God has a plan and it's going to be there.
Right.
You can't stress about those things. Like I could have been very upset and, down in my luck and not get it. But no, I chose to keep going forward and chose to turn it into a positive and figure out what we could do. And now I'm glad we did because 20 years later.
That's right. So, okay. So I know we're at your new location.
Third location. We've been at
third location. Okay. So tell us about that. Cause I know you had to, you moved around a little bit. You're in this location. So tell us a little bit about, location.
So the original location was 1481 Hudson Bridge Road. We were there before the Walmart was across the street.
Yeah, that's
how long we would go back to there. So 2004 to 2010, we were in that original location.
Yeah,
getting our feet wet. We had a little bit of overcoming to do from the previous ownership, and that it's going to take time. So, but we did very well, and we outgrew that. So we found the place, which was 2130 Jodico Road.
Right.
That was unbuilt. We did the build out ourselves, which is very stressful.
I can only imagine.
Building out a restaurant, there's always a fire to put out. There's always something to do, but we enjoyed it. We did it, and so we were there until 2010 to 11 years, 22.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we were kicked out of that location.
Yeah.
Don't want to go down that road. Again, we always take it. We were going to run with it. We make it better. So that's in the past. And it is what it is. But I think we're blessed with this new facility here.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of joke with it like that was our baby stage at Hudson Bridge Road. Our toddler stage was at Jonesboro, and now we're in our adult phase.
There you go. That's a good way to look at it.
We kind of got a little bit better, a little bit more efficient, a little bit, along the way we've tweaked those things and we learned where we are, and I think we're great where we are right now.
Yeah. So on your menu, what would you say is like, one of the staple things that, people they look for? They come 15th Street Pizza for. What would you say that is?
So we're about to get two of them whenever the kitchen finishes. The first would be our pepperoni rolls.
Okay.
It's basically just pepperoni and cheese inside like a roll.
Yeah.
We cut and serve with marinara sauce. And then one that we're really proud of, is it's called a wine and cheese pizza.
Okay.
So it's a cream-based sauce instead of regular red sauce.
Right.
It's the only pizza that we use provolone instead. And then it's going to sound a little awkward, but everybody has to try it. After it comes out, we put lettuce and tomatoes on.
Oh, okay.
So
that's different. Okay.
So it's also got chicken and bacon on it. It works. We love it. We actually want to explore Georgia. We won 100 plates that locals love.
Yeah.
So we're actually in Explore Georgia magazine because everybody voted and said this is it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if there's anything that we would say the most one, it would definitely be that.
Okay. So I mean, like I said, we've gone back, years and years, over 10 years. I would say. I think
at least, yeah.
It's been, yeah. So location wise, business wise, food, all of that put together in the restaurant industry in Henry County. What has been your experience like? What's maybe a highlight that you've had over the course of this 20 years that you can pinpoint to and say, man, that's been a highlight of
Oh, that's easy. I know exactly what it is.
Okay.
It's every Thanksgiving.
Every Thanksgiving.
We close on every Thanksgiving, and every Thanksgiving we feed the kids at a friend's house. So we have volunteers that come in. We now actually have people that sponsor it. One of the Chick-fil-A local owners, he gives good Chick-fil-A gift cards.
Yeah.
There's one of our regulars that he gives us a $100 Hobby Lobby gift card, and we can go out and get activities for the kids.
Right.
So giving back, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But to give them one day of normalcy that's 100%.
Man, because I know. See, I don't know anything about the restaurant industry, but I know it's hectic. I know, in the kitchen you got people, you got employees, you got your family, and everything going on. Like you say, just to have a time where you can give back to others, and people just don't see that. That's some of the things that you don't see behind the scenes.
So one of our core values is community.
Yeah.
And we firmly believe that I wouldn't be here 20 years later if it wasn't for that community.
That's right.
So it's not something we advertise.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a list of 36 different local charities that we've worked with that I could pull out if I wanted to, or I could tell you all the different stories. I mean, nobody probably knows that we feed the kids on Thanksgiving.
That's right. That's right.
It's not why we do it. The community built us up, so I want to build the community back up however I can.
Yeah, that's important, man. I thank you for that, and just being one of the great local places in Henry County. That everywhere you go, you hear 50th Street Pizza. You hear about Patrick and
I hope
Katie.
so.
Everywhere, everywhere. You have a great reputation in Henry County. So so now let's pivot to maybe a situation or time or period where maybe it wasn't the best situation, but you were able to persevere through that. Able to push through it. Anything that people are watching and listening, maybe they can learn from and experience.
For sure. And I said we weren't going to talk about it, but if we're going to go in that route, it would definitely be the situation at our last location.
Yeah.
I mean, for 2.5 years, the landlords fought over a sewer line. I mean, just the heck that we were put through and all that. It's you want to get so upset, but I literally had to have a conversation with one of my friends, and it's like, you cannot control everything.
Right.
You're stressing out about something that you cannot control.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think I had to kind of take a step back and be like, this is out of my control. You're right. God has a plan. God has a will.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but stop stressing over it. And I think that would be my biggest lesson, especially in the restaurant industry. I'm sure even in your industry as well.
Yeah.
You can't control it all.
You can't.
And don't get upset when you can't. It's not worth it. It's not worth the time. It's not worth your stress. It's not worth anything. And it's certainly not going to allow you to move forward if you're stressing.
That's right.
So I think that would be my biggest thing.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I know that time was trying, a lot of things going on. But you handled it right, man. I mean, and like you said, you have people in your corner, that, and that's good that you have people in your corner that can talk to you and sort of maybe sometimes you might be on the ledge because I've been on the ledge a lot, and I was like, you know what? All right.
Anytime in the 20 years.
You're like, okay, all right. I'm lucky I have someone that could rein me back in and bring me back to, calm me down. So you got your family working here with you. I know I saw your daughter.
Wife and daughter are serving today.
Yep. They're here working, and so how's that working with family, man? Just working with your family.
It's not for everybody, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I mean, I work day by day, side by side with my wife, and you gotta put some parameters. When you go home, you're like, all right, we're not talking at dinner. The phones are down. There's no business talk, and you enjoy yourselves and take some time and take some breaks and get away. But it's definitely tough. There's no lie.
Yeah.
My father was part of the business. He bought him out and he retired just a couple of years ago. So it's fun. It is. It's not, again, like I said, it's not for everyone. I personally wouldn't change it. Having her by my side every day, it makes it easier to keep going on, even in those stressful times. Because we're doing it together. She understands. She can empathize what's the situation you're in where, when you're two different industries, not everybody can do that.
Right. No, that's true. I mean, you're right. And, my wife and I, we both, work from home, and so we're remote. We do that. And you're right. It is a balance, but at the same time, it's like it's somebody that you can 100% confide in, and you guys can talk. You may argue a little bit, but then at the same time, you're solving issues and you're serving the community. So that's what's most important.
Awesome.
You would mention your dad.
Yeah.
And your dad starting a business and then you taking it over. So what lessons did you learn maybe from your dad as you were growing up? You worked with him when he was there. Like what anything that you learned while you were working with him?
I mean, he'd been in printing business for years and years, so he knew a lot.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Speaking of the dog, this is
There
Mackenzie.
you go.
So these are our pepperoni rolls.
Awesome.
Very simply, just cheese and pepperoni wrapped in our dough, and then cut in the squares for everybody to try.
Yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna
steal one, but I've eaten these quite a few times. So
from there.
he imparted a lot of wisdom. I think would be the biggest thing. He their marketing was one of the biggest things. So I didn't have when you're running your own restaurant or even your own business, there's so many. My business card literally says "man of many hats" because I have to have so many little bits of knowledge in everything. And
that's right.
And I don't think that we would have been able to survive without the marketing expertise that he taught us,
right,
and guided us on. And in the printing industry and getting the connections there with all that, oh, you need a box top on your boxes. We can talk to this person. They can design it, and they talk to this person. They can print it.
Yeah.
And it's what got us through and created a marketing thing that I know now after 20 years. But that going in blind, I would have been. Whew.
Yeah, I can imagine. I know I've seen and see, man. That speaks to, and I'm gonna get a dip here.
Absolutely, go ahead. But having your family in your back helps a lot.
Yeah. You're good. Okay. All right. Okay. I might have found my new favorite.
It's a wonderful appetizer.
Look, I'm not gonna double dip, so I'm gonna.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna pour some out.
Yep, it's one we're really proud of. It's a wonderful, nice little everybody can share a bite kind of thing while you're waiting on a pizza.
Oh yeah, that. My daughter's headed over here, so she's. I'm gonna tell her. This is what you want. Yeah. So I mean. From seeing everything that you've done, like I've just been watching and seeing you, in business and how you handle things and how you, run your organization and your business. And, I just, again, I just want to commend you for being such a great person in the community because if you guys are listening to this and as you listen and watch this podcast, I want you to come by and support 15th Street Pizza. And Patrick, Katie, Kinsey, the whole family. You guys are, and you have a good. What's your younger daughter name? Kim. Yeah.
Cayman, like the island, Cayman.
Oh, Cayman. Okay, all right. See, I didn't know that. So support the whole family. So being in McDonald's, and being in this location now,
have you seen like a lot of traffic pickup, or what's been the sense so far? You've been there for 2 years. What was?
I think that's honestly one of the biggest struggles we have. Is letting everybody know that we didn't shut down, that we're still here.
Right.
That's been a big struggle, and we've lost a couple of customers because the traffic is terrible on Jonesboro Road. But at the same point, throwing that Costco out there, it's gonna be just as bad there. I mean, you're in Henry County, you're gonna have traffic. I get it. So it's just, but the biggest struggle is just we did not shut down because of that. You know,
That's right.
We're on next door, and I think at least once a month somebody was like, "You're still there?" I'm like, "Yes, we didn't." Oh, I thought no, we're still here. So it's a bigger struggle, but I will tell you that having all these different restaurants around, we have gained some new customers that didn't know about us, just because of being in the area.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, Christmas shopping is great. We love December.
That's right. Yeah.
Who doesn't want to stop and have a beer in a break from shopping?
That's right. That's
like,
right.
Come on.
Look, I know when I go shopping, sometimes I'm like, okay, where can I go to just,
I need a break.
just get away. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I love this. I love this. Love your restaurant. Love your facility. Love the ambiance. You got the patio that's right out in front of us here, looking out. I know a lot of people frequent that and using the patio and that kind of thing.
We just rolled out our dog menu.
Ah, there you go. That is true. So tell us about that. Tell us about the dog menu. Yeah.
So, we've always been dog lovers at our house for a long time. And in years in the making, we've always talked about having something where you could actually come and order something for the puppy as well.
Right.
So we did a lot of research, which is probably why it took so long. But what would actually be healthy for a dog? What we could actually do, and we came up with a very fun dog menu. The tail wagger is like a free bowl of that. There's the pup patty, which is brown rice and a burger patty.
Yeah.
There's the belly rub, which is like 4 pieces of bacon for the hen. So we had fun with the names and we had fun with it, but we want to make sure that there's something healthy that the dog's going to have.
Right.
But they're part of the family too. If you have an animal, they're part of the family.
You just can't. You can't like leave them out.
No,
right? You got to be a part.
We love having eating out with our dog and being able to take our dog everywhere. So it's been, the sport's been fantastic. We really appreciate it, and I hope it goes all along well. But just being able to feed the puppy out there and eat al fresco, you can't beat it.
Yeah. I got some friends. Both of them have Great Danes, and they're always. I'm telling them to stop by, man. Just come out to the patio and stop by and just enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, I know like you've been working, and you had some, you had surgery recently too.
So I was taken out of the restaurant for about a year.
Yeah, that must have been tough.
It was trying. So I went in for a hip replacement. I came out. I went up to the hospital because they ended up fracturing my femur in 2 different locations. Yeah. So you don't plan for it. So all of a sudden you're kind of like relying on your managers and relying on all this other stuff that you think you have processes in place, and maybe we weren't so ready. And unfortunately, the inconvenience happened right as we were moving to the new location. So I'm sure we alienated some of our customers, and I certainly apologize about that, but I don't want them to know it was not anything I did. I had to take a year off to help to heal.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's not even a question. Yeah.
And then what compounds it is by working with my wife. Well, she's my caregiver. So now the 2 people that were running the restaurant are now away and alienated, and it became a tough situation.
Yeah.
I will say our managers did a great job.
Yeah.
They did all they could. Some things did slip through the cracks, but we're back now, and we've ironed out all the processes. We know the new place now. We just hope they come back and try us again if you did have an unfortunate experience.
Yeah, well, like I said, everybody knows you're in the community. Come out, support Patrick at 50th Street Pizza. So I know you've been scuba diving.
Yes.
So you started scuba diving. So what got you interested in doing that?
So I was a competitive swimmer my whole life.
Yeah.
So I've been around water. I actually swam at Florida State for a year, and then I didn't want to be a collegiate athlete anymore. I wanted to finally have a life.
Right.
But so I've been around water my whole time. And it's always something that interested me. And one of our friends, he's an avid scuba diver. He was like, "We got to try it." So here we go.
Okay. So this is a special here.
Yes, this is the wine and cheese that we call us the 100 plates that locals love with Explore Georgia.
Okay.
It's cream based sauce, provolone, bacon, chicken, and when it comes out, it's lettuce and tomato on the top.
Wow. Okay.
So people are hesitant because there's lettuce and tomato.
I know.
But once you try it,
okay,
you love it.
Yeah, I'm not knocking it at all. I'm gonna try it. Yeah. A slice here.
Yeah, why are you doing? But so My buddy, he got into it, and he was just, I need a dive buddy. I need somebody to go with.
Yeah.
And I went, and I got certified, and I got under the water that first time, and I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
It's mentally the best thing you can do. It's you for 45 minutes yourself in the bubbles.
Look, okay, I grew up in the Bahamas, born and raised in the Bahamas. Water all around me. I'm not the best swimmer at all. Never been scuba diving at all. I mean, I'm terrified when I think about it. I mean,
it's literally the laziest extreme sport you can have.
Yeah,
you got your buoyancy. It's the currents take you. You take a little bit, and it's wonderful. It's just so peaceful and it's so beautiful. I mean, there's so many things under the water. Just recently, I think we were talking about how I just recently dove in Key Largo.
Right.
And I had 2 ginormous spotted lion rays that just like swing right over my head. And it was just like, it was such a magical moment. Like everybody that saw them was diving, which is kind of like, you didn't move for a minute because you were like, that was so cool.
Wow. I can only imagine.
I got tingled. I got what I'm thinking about it. Like, that's how cool it is.
The closest I've gotten is at the Georgia Aquarium. That's about it.
They take a bite, but they do like test dives. That most dive facilities you can do it in the pool to see if you even like it at all and see how you feel.
Right.
Hold on.
All right. Okay.
Sounds yep.
But man,
yep. Once you try it,
this is great. How did you come up with this?
So we take a lot from our life experiences, and actually, there's a bagel shop down in Tallahassee where at Fuller City where we went to school called Bagel, and they had a 1-2 sandwich. I was like, look, I'm gonna make this into a pizza. They're like, go ahead. So we did all our research, figured out how to make the sauce. They gave me a little bit of guidance on the sauce, but they wouldn't give it all up.
Right. So you had to. You came up with it.
We did our own research, and we were determined to make it into pizza because my wife and I would eat it all the time when we were in Tallahassee.
Wow.
Because again, it was a small local shop that we could support.
Right.
And I was like, I'm going to make, and we did, and here it is.
This is phenomenal. I just want everybody to take a look at what that looks like. Man, this is great. This is rich. I would have never. Yep. I'm just being honest.
You would never order.
I would have never. If I had seen it, you're right. I wouldn't have ordered it. It wouldn't have been something that I would order.
It's like a secret menu item for us.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So are you seeing? I mean, after this, I hope everybody comes in and orders this.
I hope we have a bump in sales on one of these.
Yes, because man, this is phenomenal. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
This is really great. So Patrick, and just wrapping up our conversation, like, what advice would you give to an entrepreneur or a small business, especially in Henry County that's getting started? What advice would you give them?
Chase your dream. Do it.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
And don't stress over those things you can't control.
Yeah.
I think we both know God has a plan for us all.
That's right.
And if you dream it, you can do it.
Yeah.
Is it going to be easy? No.
Right.
It's going to be a hard road. Yeah. There's going to be some tough days.
Yeah.
But it was just Mental Health Awareness Month, and I bought a shirt that said, "Don't let the hard days win."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's powerful.
Yeah.
And I had to buy that shirt when I saw it because that's the key. Is don't let the hard days win.
That's right.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. That's why not everybody does it.
That's right.
But it's the most rewarding thing you can also have at the same time.
Absolutely. Man, thank you for sharing that. That I know that's going to hit with a lot of people. When they hear it, because that's honest, that's true, that's raw, that's really how it is. I'm telling you,
it's exactly what.
And that's true emotion. That's true feeling. So thank you for sharing that. Mm-hmm. Now, one thing I always ask people is, besides 15th Street Pizza, this is yours.
Yep.
Is there any local spot, anything that you guys kind of frequent that say, we like this local spot in here?
Absolutely. Across the street, Sweet Autumn Barbecue.
Oh.
Dave and them their cuisine and their service over there is by far one of the best places in Henry County. That if you haven't been there, you need to try that one too.
Absolutely.
They're doing great things. They really are.
Yeah.
And they care about the community too.
That's right.
Which is another big one for us.
Yeah. We definitely gonna have to check him out. Thank you, Patrick, for being here. Food is great. This looks great. I'm gonna try. Look, I'm gonna try and finish all this up. Guys, come down, support 15th Street Pizza, support Patrick, Katie, the whole entire family. I mean, it's phenomenal. I love being here. Love the food. Love this guy. And thanks, Patrick, again for being
Thank
on.
you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks.